Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in. I just want to say a major thank you to everyone that's been supporting this channel, liking the videos, sharing the videos, commenting under the videos. I just want to say thank you so much for showing the love. I know that 2021 has so much in store for you guys. I am so excited to share with you guys some new content, new guests, new conversations. So just stay tuned for more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to One of One. It is me, Miranda, again, and today I am here with a very special guest. I have Farai, the owner of Urban Soul Recording Studios. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. Thank you very much, Miranda.
Thank you so much for coming. I'm good. I'm just grateful that you're here.
Look, it's an absolute pleasure.
Yeah.
To be here. Ever since I jumped onto your page
Yes.
and saw what was up, I was like, I have to. Look, I took a jump. I took an absolute leap because I never thought you'd reply and say, no, you can come through.
Really?
Yeah, I was just like, shoot your shot.
I want you to tell me about Urban Soul Recording Studios. How did it come about? How did you come up with the idea, and what was the process like?
The process was necessity. Was what conceived the whole Urban Soul Recording Studio.
Yeah.
When I first started, I've grown up. I've always been a music fanatic.
Right.
As a child,
Yeah.
I just loved music, and there came a time where I realized I could write music, and I think everything came together when I went to college.
Yeah.
And I met my best mates, Musa, Nelson,
Yeah.
Lily,
Yeah.
from Zambia, and everyone was a musician.
Mm-hmm.
One made beats, the other one sang his lungs out, the other one wrote sick bars.
Yeah.
And they're like, let's try this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just did it for fun.
Yeah.
And we did it. We thought we sounded great.
Yeah. We thought.
Look, I gotta keep it real. Gotta keep it 100.
All right.
When you first start out, you think you're the best ever because you're creating
Yes.
something out of nothing, and
Yes.
it's incredible. And in your mind's eye, you think this is the dopest thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
And we went to the studio.
Yeah.
Our very first studio session, professional studio.
Yeah.
Mid-session, dude was like, hold up, yo.
No.
Mid-session, he's like, hold up. I have to pump the brakes because all I'm going to do is rob you. You guys need to go back and do some work. Right?
At least it was honest.
He
But
kept the
ouch.
G. Yeah, it burned. It burned. We had so many drinks in the car. We were ready to turn up. And it was a somber evening.
Yeah.
But that's where the seed got planted. We're like, okay, what does he mean? We didn't know. I didn't know the technical side. I didn't know pitch. We didn't know timing. We didn't know all of this. And then we tried it again. We got better. Went to the next studio.
Mm-hmm.
And that was where we recorded our first proper track. And it was the conversation with the engineer in that studio because I was watching him click the buttons and do the thing. I was like,
and you're fascinated.
I was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on? And he's like, you could learn this if you really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst thing he could have told me because we never went back. I started learning how to do it myself.
Yes, of course, as you should. And how long did it take you to kind of get to that place where you felt like you've mastered it? How long did it take?
The key word there is master it, and the answer is never.
Oh.
I have never mastered it.
So you feel like you haven't gotten there yet?
No, and I think the post or the goalposts always move back. Every record I do to this day is the best record I've ever done.
I love that.
But by next week, I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have done so much more. And then the next record comes in, and I'm trying to. Every time you get closer, it moves back. It moves back.
But that's the thing, though. You're in competition with yourself.
Yeah.
Like in every record that you make, you're trying to outdo the last thing that you did. So I love the fact that you're like, initially when you do it, you're like, yeah, this is awesome. This is the best I've done. And then you reflect again. You're like, oh wait, because I think that's even even artists as well. Like even any poets or I don't know, actors or whoever.
Yep.
They always reflect back and they're like, oh wait a minute. I think there's always room for improvement if you think about it. Yeah. And the other thing as well is okay, so with you saying that you got into writing first initially.
Yeah, that's right.
What is that like for you when you're writing? Do you just kind of try and find things that rhyme together, or do you kind of tap into a place, a memory, or something like that? What is writing for you?
Interesting. I never thought of it that way. When I said I was into music, what I really meant was I was into melody.
Oh.
So melody and chords. I listen to music of all genres, all languages.
Yeah.
And as long as the melody was right, that would literally resonate. Like literally all the cells in your body just start vibrating.
Oh.
You like lose yourself.
Wow.
As a kid growing up. So that's what comes to me is melodies.
Yeah.
Melodies, beautiful melodies. And then once you got your melodies, you could find an inspiration to what do you want to express? What's this melody coming from?
Yes.
Was it an event? Is it something personal? Is it? And that's just how it got started. That's how it got started.
That's how it got started.
And after that, though, that's a whole different story.
Now, much of producing involves you like working with different artists and everything like that.
Yes.
Now, I want to know, with you as a producer, is there something in particular you look for in the artist that you want to work with? Or do you just take anyone and be like, you love music? Come over here.
Come on.
Or are you more like, look, there is a vision that I have, or like there is something that I think an artist needs to have, whether it is, the confidence, whether it is the vulnerability. Is there something in particular you look for from an artist?
From an artist, it's it's I don't know how to word it, but I have learned that everyone can sing. Yeah. You can learn to sing, or you can sing, but everyone can sing. Everyone can hold a note.
Struggle.
Trust me, fam. Trust me. I'm telling you. Anyone and everyone can sing. Yes. So the first thing if someone walks in is, do they believe? Do they believe they can hold a note? That's the first part. Do they believe? If they don't, this is far more important than the first one is, do they trust me? Wow. Because I'm glad you called me a producer, because initially I was just a mixing engineer, recording engineer, but I produce music. Yes. I literally produce it. So they come to me with a song. Yeah. And it doesn't matter what the song is. The process is we have to trust each other. There's an element of vulnerability. Yes. Because they're giving me their baby. Yes. They're putting everything into it. And there's this random dude that's charging whatever. So they have to pay me to take their work. Yeah. And there's a lot of trust involved. Yes. But at the same time, I know that if we're on the same page, we can create something amazing in that moment for that time. I love that. Whether next week it's different, we look back at it, and we'd feel different about it. That could happen, that could not happen. But in that moment, that is where the magic happens. I love that. And the process of that is, yes, I take the record. I tell them up front that, look, the way I work is we will look at this entire song. You perform the whole song. Yeah. And then we are going to tear it down bit by bit, reconstruct it into the best thing it can possibly be, and then build. Wow. That's the process through and through. It doesn't matter if you're rapping, if you're singing, even if you're doing voiceover. Yeah. I love that. Exactly the same. Because there was a lady I was speaking to before. She's like a vocal coach. Yeah. And I was just asking her about what the process is like with her clients, and she was just saying that you have to build a relationship first, which is pretty much what you're saying, is that we have to have that bond, we have to have that understanding. That's it. You become vulnerable with me, you give me your baby, I will handle your baby properly. You know what I mean? Now the other thing as well that I've noticed is that sometimes when people are listening to a record and they hear DJ Khaled, and a lot of people are like, what does he do? A lot of people don't understand. They're like, what does he do? Why is his name on everything? But we don't know exactly what he does. And I feel like a lot of people do not understand what producers do. That's true. Can you please, for people who don't know, some of us who don't know, can you tell us exactly what a producer does? Okay, there are different types of producers. Right. There's different types because of different... All they do is they literally produce music. Yeah. So they either conceive the idea of a song, and then they go out and look for people who can create a song. Right. Or people, like in my case, people bring their songs, and we turn that idea, because it's not a song yet. Yeah. It's an idea. I have some bars, I have some melodies, and blah, blah, blah. And we make it a song. So it's an idea first. It's just an idea. And then, the artist doesn't know it's an idea. Because they come big. This is my song, yes. I want it from A to Z just like that. Yeah. Sure, we can do it that way. Yeah. But you gotta allow the producer to produce the song. Just like having an
Look at it
idea
that
for a
way.
house, and then
Yeah.
you just say, I'll draw some sketches. You
Yeah.
need the architect to make those sketches come to life,
Right.
to make them real.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
I
So
never thought of it that way.
that's one way to look at producers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And what would you say have been some of the challenges you've faced in the industry, in the music industry as a producer? If there are any, I wouldn't know. But would you say you've faced any challenges, especially from the ground up when you first started to like where you are now?
Do you know what? I wouldn't call them challenges. I'll call them limitations. And the biggest of which is ourselves.
Yeah.
I've limited myself immensely.
Wow.
And it's an element of everyone has this. I believe anyone who's trying to achieve anything great has it.
Yeah.
And even the elite athletes have it. There's an element of, really, am I good enough to take the next leap?
Yeah.
And just take the leap, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest challenge was myself, because I've many times where you're trying to, like, again, I guess you're chasing perfection, and you don't feel you've got it.
Yeah.
It's easy to give up.
That's true.
It's easy to be like, you know what, maybe I'm not cut out for it.
Yeah.
And something great happens, and you're like, okay, let's give it another shot. And
Yeah,
then you carry
it's
on,
sign.
carry on,
I think
carry
it's a
on.
sign.
That's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
There's signs everywhere.
Wow.
Oh man, we need to talk about science, because that's that's a concept that
Yeah.
I truly believe, and the journey has been unreal. It's
Yeah.
been surreal.
Yeah.
It's been surreal. But yeah. Going back to the question, it's challenges. No, not really.
Just
And,
limitations.
Just limitations. Because, for example, right,
Yeah.
an excuse that comes up a lot is we're in the wrong place to be doing media. There's not
Yeah.
the market's too small.
Yes.
Australians don't like this style of music that probably we are inclined to make and listen to.
Yeah.
The market's too small, etc., etc. That's an excuse.
Mm.
And I've took it upon it like, yeah, I'm in Perth.
Yeah.
But why? Yes, there's not the greatest number of people who are calling up, but why can't we be just the best at what we do with what we
Where
have?
we are, yeah.
And then the people from outside will come looking at,
Yeah.
not go out and just be another little drop in the massive ocean.
Yeah. You have literally just answered what I was going to ask you, because I was going to ask you if you consider Perth to be like a good place to pursue music in a sense, because I think other people are like, oh, like what you just said,
Yeah.
the market is small.
That's right.
Or like, you know, how much exposure am I going to get? Like you hear it even with artists
Yeah.
as well.
It's true.
Some people feel like, okay, if I go to the US, maybe I'll have a bigger shot. You know what I mean? Like maybe it'll be better.
True.
But that's why I wanted to ask you, like you as a producer and, you know, looking for artists and growing your empire.
Yeah.
You know, would you say that Perth is an okay place? But you've kind of pretty much answered it. But if you
Yeah.
have more to say, you can just go ahead.
No, Perth, where not even just Perth, wherever anyone is at that time
Yeah.
is perfect. Just start.
Yeah.
And keep going and just keep grinding until you become exceptionally incredible.
Yeah.
And then wherever you go, you're gonna still have to do the exact same things that you did in Perth.
Yeah. I love that.
And so it's the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
And I'm just going back to what you said, because you talked about, like, you know, when we're talking about limitations and everything.
Yeah.
And you said that, you know, you found yourself in a place that you were questioning your abilities.
Yeah.
Like, you know, can I actually do it? Do you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
like, you know, I think a lot of people do get in that place where we belittle ourselves and we question ourselves and our talents or abilities to do whatever. Now, for you, how did you come out of that? When you were having, or do you always have them every now and then?
Hell yeah.
How do you break out and be like, look, I am the best, I can do it? How do you get yourself out?
Look, there's two things. One is signs, and two, it's those relationships that you've built
Yes.
with those artists that you've built. Like they definitely keep me going.
Yeah.
Because you can see how impactful the music is.
Yeah.
What you've created. Like I remember my motivations when I first started was I want music to move people emotionally. Not just,
Yes.
oh yeah, I'm bopping my head.
Yes.
Turn up. No.
It has to mean something.
It has to mean something. Especially
Yes.
if you've got a record that you've poured everything into. When they hear it back through the speakers, if they're not moved emotionally,
Right.
then I've missed the mark.
Yes.
But there are occasions where I've hit the mark, and you can literally see people getting emotional. You're like, oh my god, wow! I didn't realize this is how deep this was. And when you're low and when you're not certain, those people are still in your life.
Right.
Like, everyone I've worked with is still around. They're still in my life, and we still have chats. I still check up on everyone.
Yeah.
And that keeps you going.
That's so good.
That definitely keeps you going. And the second part is signs.
Yeah.
Signs. I don't know how many times I almost stopped doing it.
Yeah.
And someone hits you up and pretty much a whole new trajectory is created. If you don't mind, I can go through one example. Was 2000 and... Jeez, when was that? 2015, 14, 15?
Yeah.
That I almost packed up. Because there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, you got work, you got uni,
yes,
and you got the studio.
Yeah.
And you can't feed all beasts.
That's true.
And so I was burning out. And I was like, look, yeah, the people come through, but I don't know. I'm not giving... Something is suffering. So, strangely, I just backed off the music.
Wow.
It just sort of faded, like Homer Simpson. You know that meme where he's just fading into the bushes? Yes. That's exactly what I did. And while I was in those bushes thinking, okay, it's all good, beating myself up.
Yeah.
I got an email from a gentleman who wanted to do jazz. Right? I was like, jazz? I was like, first of all, how do you find me? I thought I took everything down.
How did you find me?
And he hit me up. He's like, hi, I just saw your page and I want to work. I'm a professional vocalist, jazz vocalist, classically trained. I got some projects I want to do. Can we do it?
Yeah. Wow.
I was well out of my depths by saying yes.
Yeah.
Of course, I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. I got you.
Yeah.
And that journey was from that day for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
The journey was incredible.
Wow.
Like, from almost giving up to one of the peaks of my career thus far.
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible.
That had to happen.
It had to happen.
That had to happen.
And I grew so much just from that relationship I built with that artist. Anyway, if anyone looking for a professional jazz vocalist, check out his work. His name is Ron Bernard on YouTube.
Yes, shout him out.
Oh, that guy. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah.
It is unreal. We got to a point where he was offered a recording deal in New York.
Wow.
I was like,
we
really doing this?
I hope he did.
And no, he didn't take it.
What? Why?
Again, I was learning a lot from him. He didn't feel right. It didn't feel right for him. I was like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And he's like, nah, it just didn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. And it's going to... What we're building at this stage is what I want to continue to build because it can sustain him in a way that he's in control.
Yes.
Whereas when you go to... the music industry over in New York, these people were huge. I mean, these are the people that were working with, I believe, Lady Gaga and that.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Wow.
It was incredible, an incredible experience to see it happening.
Yeah.
But that journey, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And I know I digress, but one of the most important things I learned from that was it's up to us to create our impact, our destiny.
Yes, that is true.
He didn't have a social media presence whatsoever when we started.
Wow.
2 months in, we'd recorded well over 30 songs or something.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've opened a Facebook page. I was like, all right, great.
Yeah.
YouTube page. I was like, fantastic.
Awesome.
And then he's on Google, I think it was Google Plus. There was Google tried to do a Facebook thing.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. And then he's like, I remember him saying, oh my gosh, I got my first 100 views. Oh my goodness, I had my first 1,000 views. And I remember when he got to 10,000.
Wow.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
And his Facebook interactions with real people, where I remember, he's like, look, it says 600 comments. In all sorts of languages. This is for every other post. And he replied to every single one of them. I was like, wow.
That's when you can tell that passion drove him.
Absolutely.
To be honest.
Absolutely.
And you talked about like trying to juggle like uni and music and everything like that. Did you study something music related or completely the opposite?
Not.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
I'm self-taught. I'm telling you, that dude in the studio who said, you know you can learn this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he made the biggest mistake.
Because then you went home and you started learning.
It's in my Google, so.
But I think that's like a place that a lot of young people find themselves.
Yeah.
Young or old, whichever. But a lot of people find themselves where, you know, they have something at school because, you know, society says, get the degree, get this, get that, get that.
Yeah.
But then they have a passion for something else, right?
That's right.
So at what point did you realize, look, I think I'm just going to choose to invest more into this side? More than this side, because I feel like a lot of people get stuck in that place of like, oh my goodness, which one is going to take me far, you know, because sometimes yes, you want to follow your passion and do what you love, but then at the same time you have society telling you do what gets you money.
That's true.
So then people are stuck in a place of like, okay, I want to focus on school. Yes, I love school, and you know, I want to get my degree so I can get a good job or whatever. But then also sometimes it's like, which one do I actually invest more into? You know, I need that one that I'm like, look, I'm gonna give my all to this, and like with faith in myself, it's gonna work out.
That's right.
So at what point did you realize, look, this is it. This is what I want to focus on more than like everything else?
I think the day I started, that day that, well before he told me, before we had that studio session with that guy, I think it was in one of our writing sessions with the boys, was when, I think even before that, just starting, when we started music, was where I was like, this is my passion. Yeah. And as you can follow your passion 100%, and you can also do life.
Facts.
It doesn't mean, oh, I'm gonna blindly do my passion and forget life. That's the only way you balance life. Life is yin and yang.
Yeah.
That's simple
It's never
reals. And you gotta, and there's sacrifices.
Yes,
you have to make the sacrifices to get what you need, and it's painful, but it's not supposed to be easy. Yeah. Because if it's easy, then it's not worth it. You know.
That's true.
The sacrifices are what I can't say I chose one over the other. Yeah. I had to do both.
You just found a way to kind of balance it.
You have to find a way to balance it.
Okay. Now, the other thing that I want to ask you is, you know, everyone wants to make it. You know, there's certain points that other people will be like, when I get there, then I will know that I've made it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And for you, would you say that you've gotten there yet, or is there like a situation in which, like, ideally, when you go, like, you know, into your fantasy or whatever, like a place where you feel like, when I'm here, that's when I'll feel like I've really made it? Like when you look into the future, maybe like with your goals and everything, you know, maybe it could be like your name on someone like Big's, you know, album, or it could be like you personally touring, or like it could be anything. But from you personally, what is that like ideal moment where you're like, when I'm there, I'll feel like I've made it? Or do you feel like you've already gotten there, maybe if you have a different way that you look at things?
Yeah, I used to look at it as, I want to get there, I want to get there, I want to get there. And it sustains you to a bit. Because I remember first starting out, you're a rookie, you don't know what you're doing. You think you don't know what you're doing, and you start to set targets. Oh, there's this guy that mixes these records. I study his work. I like his sound. I want to get to that point. Then you get to that point, and then you're like, I have nothing. What do I do now? So set goals was what I always wanted to sound like this, sound like that, sound like this, which was good. Yeah. And it got me to a point. But that got dangerous because I lost what I started with, which was just the passion. You lose the passion because now it's all, I've got the pressure, I gotta sound like this, and then you don't, and then you're like,
oh my goodness,
you smack the computer and push it away. So
that is so true.
The best, the most satisfying, I mean, I guess as far as successes go, it's just be the baddest you can at every record and grow with it. Just keep growing, because setting targets is great. It's important because it'll keep you going, gives you like, oh, there's that thing, I need to move in that direction. But at the same time, just be good at what you are now. And I think that's the biggest success. I don't see myself, it might be a limiting belief saying I don't see myself here or there, because I don't know where the journey
life will take you.
You don't know. All you've got control of is now.
Facts.
Is right now. Do what you can now, and do real good at it. And if you stumble, I think the biggest successes I've had is picking myself up from a trip, from like a stumble. Because Because wow, you stumble once. It's funny. If you think you've made it, you think you're okay. You stumble the first time, like you get back up. You're like, oh my gosh, I did it. Okay, I'm indestructible. No, there's another trip coming around.
Exactly.
And you're gonna have to figure it out again.
Yeah.
And that keeps you moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's to pick a point and say, when I'm there, I will be number one. It's almost I'm not belittling it, because for some people that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. But it's unattainable for the most part.
That is true.
It's like being the best. How many people are LeBron James? One.
Yeah.
How many people want to be LeBron James? The whole NBA.
Oh yes.
You telling me even the 9th seeded point guard from the LA Lakers?
Yeah.
He's far more talented than everyone, but he's not going to be such and such a name.
Yeah.
You know, there's only, and you can't be looking at one spot and say, I want that one spot. It's not yours anyway.
Yeah.
Freaking leave it alone, bro. It's not even meant for you. You're wasting your time chasing it. Nah, man. Just do you. Be the best you. Grind it out.
Yeah.
You be good at it.
Yeah. Now, you've worked with a couple of people. I was going through your profile and everything.
Yes.
Are there any people maybe in Perth or even outside, like around the world, that you dream of working with? Any names you can check out there? Like people that you're always like, I could just get in the studio with that person. I could just,
For me, it's not the artists that I want to work with. It's the engineers. I've always wanted to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah.
There's the Capitol Studios where Mr. Al Schmidt works. He records mainly classical music.
Yeah.
Guys, here's a news flash. The best music in the world is classical music. Classical music and opera.
Yeah.
Have a listen. Just listen to it.
I can't handle it.
Rich in everything. The balances of the melodies, of the tones.
See, it's because you're like into music.
Beautiful.
Yeah, really.
It is. It's just like, how can a human voice do that? Especially if it's an opera lady singing. And then there's the band, of course, playing, all the brass and the timpanis. It's classical music is fire. So I'd love to be in the room with Mr. Al Schmidt in the back of the room. There's also my idol. Yes, don't idolize. It's part of the 10 Commandments. So I mean it in a non like that. One of my heroes.
Yeah. Not idols, heroes.
One of my heroes is a Mr. Jason Joshua. He's the guy who has worked on so many hip hop and R&B tracks.
Wow.
From Justin Bieber to your Mary J. Blige's to your Chris Browns to Young Thugs to everyone that is mainstream music. His ability to take a song or that has been recorded and turn it into an absolute smash gives me goosebumps.
Wow, I want to listen to him.
Because it's wild.
Wow.
It is absolutely wild. There's a song called which one? There's Malamente by Rosalia. Her name is Rosalia. She's Spanish. Once you get to Malamente, it's a great song. You need to listen to Pienso en tu mira.
Wow.
Ooh.
Haven't heard them, but now I'm gonna.
It is wild. If you have a great set of headphones or just fantastic speakers, just listen to the musical journey. You will not understand a word she's saying.
Yeah,
she's
but
speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
But
you feel it.
Wow. You know what I mean? And imagine that. He's over there in America. And she's in Spain.
Yeah.
But she's making a Zimbabwean dude in Australia have goosebumps listening to music from the speakers.
Wow.
Get the hell out. That's what's up. I want to be in the room when that shit is happening. I want to be in the room and just watching work.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I love that.
I want to do that. There's a program called Mix with the Masters, which is where all these absolute elite technical professionals go to the south of France for 2 weeks and they just run workshops. It is $5,000 to do it.
Wow.
Imagine trying to explain that to you. Hey, baby, so like, you know how you want to go on that big holiday, right? How about we don't? And then I just go to France for 2 weeks and just satisfy.
You're like, oh, so you go on holiday and I stay at home.
Yeah, it's not like that though, but like.
Yeah, it's a workshop though.
You learn and get better. You know what I mean? I'll have to figure it out. I think that'll be one of my goals is to make the. Yeah, I'll make. I don't know, man. 2 years from now, 2024. Yeah. You know how I said don't set targets? Here's my target. 2024, we're going to France.
I love that. Honestly, you need to set goals. Now, for you as someone who's pretty advanced and experienced as a producer, what would be some of like some piece of advice you would give someone who wants to follow the same, you know? Like maybe someone who's an aspiring producer and they maybe just feel like they're in a place they just don't know. Like you kind of had someone say, you know, you can learn this, right?
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
But like for you as someone that is there, that, you know, I'm pretty sure a lot of aspiring producers are looking up to you and saying, how can I get there? Right. What would be the advice that you would give them?
Cool. I'm going to give them a recipe. Yeah. Right? First and foremost, congratulations on having that thought. Because if you want it, that's the best part. Start there.
Yeah.
You don't, this is the first thing that you already have is your mind. Use it. Be creative. That's the best thing. Don't think about the technical side of this industry. It's not as important as the creativity.
Yeah.
I think when I started, I created the most fun music I'd ever made. Even to this stage, when I look back to whatever was it, 9, 8 years ago, 10 years ago when I started, that music was where the fire was at. Because we just create. Just let the music move you in the direction. You are just the conductor. You know how to move the bits where they should be.
Yeah. Let
that happen. Don't fight it and be like, oh no, it's not right because I didn't use this gear or I didn't buy this or I didn't have that. No. Create. Just be creative.
Yeah.
Because you will lose that creativity from experience.
Yeah.
You will get bogged down in trying to do the technical side of things and you lose the creative touch. You won't lose it. It just won't be as organic. It won't be as natural. And your tastes grow. I mean, you know how as a kid you like sweet food. As an adult you like chili food. It's different.
Yeah.
So but you need to know that sweet food exists so that you know when it's necessary and you know you can bring it up when you need it. So the recipe is A, congratulations on knowing that you want to do this. B, start with what you've got and just have fun with it. Don't be good at it. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Have fun. Just turn up. Turn it up. If you just enjoy it. This is the dopest thing I've ever done. Turn it up, bro. Bounce with it.
Yeah.
You're going to have fun with it. That's the most important part because you will look back at those days and you're like, oh man, I missed that feeling. How did I get back to it? Have fun with it. And is the big... it's a myth that I created for myself is you need the best gear to get the best sound.
Okay.
It's not true. Yes, I've amassed a ton of gear from nothing. Everything I've created was self-generated. It just reinvest. I probably could have done... Right now, all I use is a laptop and my little headphones.
Wow.
And mix records that... I'll go to the studio just to see technically... I don't even need a studio. I stay in the car and be like, what does it sound like in the car? Because people are going to be listening to it in the car and on headphones.
Yeah.
Make it sound great for that, and you've done. Tick. Everyone's happy.
Wow.
So, gear is not as important. Just don't buy, like, dirt, cheap, broken things.
Yeah.
Be sensible. But once you have your tools, bro, it's like tools of a tradesman, like a spanner. You can buy the most expensive spanner, or you can just buy one from Super Cheap Auto.
It does
do the same job.
Yeah.
They'll do the same job. Don't focus on, is the spanner great? Just tighten the freaking thing, bro.
Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of people get confused sometimes. It's like they want to get the best gear, and sometimes it's the most expensive gear.
It is true.
Instead of just think of what do you have right now?
Exactly.
What can you learn and master?
That's it.
Sometimes it's not always about, the equipment or whatever it is that you think it is.
Yeah.
But it's more so what do you know? What can you learn? And invest in that and just put that out there.
Exactly, because when the opportunity comes to level up, then you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing, exactly.
You know what you're doing, and then you can appreciate more. Like, oh my gosh, this mic is actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
Why was I wasting my time with that one? You were not wasting your time. You were getting it done.
Yeah, you were building and you were learning, which is so important. Now, I want to know what's next. What should we look out for? What should we go and search for? What should people have their eyes, to? Like, what's there for us to expect, really?
Okay.
And also, where can we find you?
I am on the Instagram.
Yep.
You can find me on Instagram, Urban Soul Recording Studios on Instagram.
Link
Shout
everything.
Out to that.
I'll do that.
I got my website that's coming back on live. I put that on the back burner, but now we going big.
Yeah.
We going hard as 2021, baby. Yeah.
Love that.
Hey. We got that. We got the website.
Yes.
Of course, there's the Facebook. On the Facebook is where you can find me as well. But bro, who does that? Instagram. Holla at me on Instagram, man. And yeah, people, if you know someone who likes music, hit me up.
Yeah.
Just have a chat and kick it off and see what happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It might work, it might not work. It's all good.
Yeah.
We tried.
Yeah.
As far as what's coming up.
Yeah, what should we be looking out for? Because obviously we're gonna link everything.
I know.
So that like what's already there, go and check that out. But if there's anything else in the works or anything like that,
there's absolutely something in the works.
Yeah.
I don't know if these people know they're getting a shout out, but they are now.
They are now.
I got my boy Pete, who's just released a beautiful song called Eternity. It's a song we recorded 2 years ago with a fantastic artist called Ashton Wee.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this young lady will give you goosebumps.
Wow.
I'm gonna upload a song we did probably 3 years ago. That's coming up. That's gonna be on my Instagram page. It's a cover.
Yeah.
It's a cover song for the song called Sober. Oh, it's gonna be hot. Wow. That is wild. I mean, you will listen to it in a quiet place and really listen to the emotion that this woman exerts onto this track. Yeah. She's so young when she did it. She was so young. It's probably 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But it's loaded. So I got Ashton Wee coming out with some music.
Yes.
Got Pete coming out with some music. A fantastic talent here in Perth. Young lady called Rachel Rose.
Wow.
She is the owner of a bridal company called Bridal by Rachel Rose.
Yeah.
And she designs her own wedding dresses, her own wedding collections.
Wow.
She is, when I say the X Factor, she walks into a room and you're like, oh my God, I don't understand. Why is this room just got turned up?
Yeah.
She's the most beautiful, classiest woman you've ever met.
Wow.
But she is such an energy.
Yeah.
We've worked on a couple of songs already. One of them was called Energy. The other one was her introduction song called Rachel Rose, featuring again Pete.
Yeah.
But we're working on a track called Believe on her new selection. And guess who is on the backing vocals?
You?
Hey!
What?
Come on now. I told you I'm a closet singer.
All
I'm
right.
coming out that closet.
All right.
Look,
do it then.
Been doing this, so it's gonna be lit. So that's coming out.
Yeah.
I got my man B Banner.
I know him.
B Banner. I'm putting it out there in the world. I've told him that.
Yeah.
And I'm telling the whole world.
Yep.
He has got next.
Yeah.
He is Afro music. He is Afro R&B. He is the guy.
Yeah.
He is the guy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait for y'all to hear his new record. Woo! I can't wait for that one to come out.
Yeah.
This is my girl, Gabrielle, aka Mokonzi. It's an absolute powerhouse.
Yeah.
Absolute powerhouse.
Yes. I've heard, oh my gosh.
Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah. Joanna, keep them ready. Joanna, keep them steady. Joanna never tell. She never kiss and tell. Joanna, keep them ready. Joanna, keep them steady. Joanna never tell. She never kiss and tell.
Yes.
Woo!
Yeah.
All I'm saying is y'all just gotta keep your
I just
eyes
love how
glued.
excited you are for your
because this shit
artist.
is dope. Like
Yeah.
I listen to, bro. The last record I mixed is what's the name? B Banners. It's the only thing I'm listening to in the car, and I'm just vibing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys have no idea. I'm looking
I
at people
love
in the
that.
traffic lights, like, you guys have no idea. This shit ain't even out yet.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's amazing.
So look, there are a lot of work coming out. There's me and the group, Last Trace. Oh, I never mentioned it. Shout out to the boys from Last Trace. You know what I mean? We back. We back, ladies. We're releasing our music finally. Oh man, talk about limiting beliefs and just chase of perfection. We wanted perfection so much we disregarded all the great work we did, but we're actually bringing it out now, and it's gonna be
That's amazing.
fire. It's gonna be fuego. That's gonna be lit.
I love that.
Oh man, I don't know. The list goes on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for anyone I haven't shouted out yet. Who am I thinking? Who's I working on now?
Yeah. But if y'all keep up with this page, then you will know everything that's happening, and you won't miss out. Yeah, you won't miss out.
Y'all gotta keep up on the page if you want to find out what's going on. And hit me up, man. Have a chat, even if it's not about music. Just say what's up.
Yeah.
Because I just love building connections, man.
That's so important.
You know what I mean? That's what's going on in my world.
I love that.
And
I love that.
yeah, I look forward to hollering at you.
Well, thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed talking to you and just learning more about you, getting in your mind. That was amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much on behalf of the community for your platform.
Oh
like I'd like to give a shout out to you.
No.
Right now, because this is what's up. Ladies and gentlemen, she's getting it done. You know? Single-handedly too.
Oh my goodness.
Like, oh man, I don't know how to. She's doing it single-handedly. She's doing it gracefully. She's doing it beautifully. And she is giving people a voice. And I'm saying shout out to her. Shout out to you, Miranda. And the work you're doing. And we are supporting you 110%. Can't wait to come back 2024 when I come back from France and I tell you all about it.
If you manage to go on that trip.
Yeah. It's happening.
If you get to go ahead.
No, it's happening. 2024 coming at you live.
Now, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Until next time, bye.
Bye.
It doesn't work that way.
Respect.
I was almost trying to ask you some question, but I'm like, yeah, let's keep it for the interview. Because I wanted to ask, how long have you been producing for?
No, this is for the interview. Relax yourself. I'd hate to be that guy.
Oh, like you get married once?
Yeah, you do.
You know?
Far out.
I was like...
Ouch. Not the whole...
The whole is not panicking. I was just making sure that everything is getting done. Alright, yeah, because I want to get that. So you're talking about your archives and everything?
Yeah.